They say success isn't linear, and my last year could not be any more proof of that. So I wanted to finally sit down and do a little story time life update of how I finally got my PhD, got to be a professor for a little bit, and now am kind of jobless and what I'm doing about it. But before we get into all of that, hi, hello, how the heck are you? I am Dr. Corinne Deegan. I do and teach physics and talk about it to basically anyone who will listen. And yeah, let's get into this life update. So the most obvious change is that I did get my PhD. Ta-da! So back in October, I approached my then department chair, and with that kind of forced my hand into a situation and into a deadline that I needed to defend my dissertation before the start of the spring semester, which was January 9th. And thank God, with the flexibility of my committee and some blood, sweat, and tears on my part, I was able to defend my dissertation on January 3rd, 2023 successfully and became a doctor. And all of that was so that on January 9th, when the spring semester started, I could start my new job with the department, which I will get into. I have to get Howitzer out on his walk. He's like laying back over there where you can't see him. I'm gonna fix my coffee, put the shoes on, and then tell you about the job that I had for a little while when we get to the trail. Yeah, okay, we made it to the trail. So on January 9th, start of the spring semester, literally 6 days after I defended my thesis, I started my new position with my department, which was adjunct professor. So I actually got a chance to be an adjunct now twice. The class that I taught was like the intro mechanics, so it was like the Physics 1, General Physics 1 for the non-majors, like the pre-health people. For the spring semester, I co-taught it with my PhD advisor, which was nice. And then over the summer, I taught it by myself. And dude, it was humbling when I I think I did a good job, especially for my first couple times, like my very first time in the spring. And then the summer had its own challenges because they take the 16-week course and shrink it down into 6 weeks. It's also all online, and I have to do everything by myself, whereas in the spring I get a co-instructor to help kind of even the load a little bit more. It was humbling. It was great. I always love getting to interact with my students, and I got some positive feedback, but I definitely got to see where my weaknesses are, and I will continue to work on them because it wasn't a walk in the park, and there were tons of things that I didn't even expect that came up and that were hard. But all learning experiences and are helping me grow, and I feel like making me better. So yeah, this is actually extremely difficult to film and keep hold of him. So we'll get into, when I get back to the car, we'll talk about what it is I'm doing next, because the summer's almost over and the fall semester is about to start. And as of right now, I do not have a job. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm stopping at the creek so that he can take a dip, and he is being himself. He's being oppositional. Anyway, so yeah, I actually wrapped up my summer class like back before summer officially started, around like Juneteenth. And what's next? I don't know. So that's part of the reason why it's taken me so long to post a life update, even though it's been like a year, because I haven't had my next steps solidified, and I didn't, I don't really feel comfortable sharing when I feel so uncertain. But part of why I post about grad school on here is because to share the experience, because I know a lot of other people who are also in the same boat of graduating and doing things and then still not quite knowing where they're supposed to be ending up. So I do like have a few job applications that I've sent out. Well, I've either been rejected or haven't heard back. I think there's 2 that I still haven't heard answers back from. I have some feelers out with people like in my network in my town, and drum roll please. I guess the last thing I wanted to use. What, dude? We'll wrap this up at home. Okay, we're back. Like I was saying, jeez, I just took my hair out of the bun. It looks like a lion's mane. Like I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, I've been on a hiatus from private tutoring for basically, I guess it's been a little over a year now, but I had to put that on pause while I finished the thesis and while I was doing other things. So that is, as of the posting of this video, those books are open and I am accepting clients. So it's gonna slightly change the direction of this channel a little bit, because I'm gonna be kind of switching back to more of the undergraduate physics education type content. I'm gonna be posting 3 practice problems a week as shorts, and then on Fridays I'll be posting the full solutions to those problems to kind of build up a library of problems and solutions for students to practice with. They're basically posed as a challenge to students to try and figure out how to solve them for themselves, and if they start to struggle with that at any point, they can always come back on the end of the week to see how they should be solving it and get some guidance on places where they might be going astray. That's pretty much the main thing that I have going for me right now, is getting this launched. So if you are interested in working with me or know somebody who might be, I'll have a link in bio below that'll have all the places that you can reach me and you can inquire about working with me and set up a consultation. I don't have it ready quite yet, but I will have some free resources available very soon. So I'm working on an equation sheet that'll be a freebie and kind of be like a master list of equations for physics 1 and 2. So that's going to be kind of the main content that'll be posted weekly for the time being. As much as I do like making the grad student tip videos, and I still feel like I have a ton to say, it's just not as much of a priority for me to be making that type of video. So they'll still be coming, but it'll more likely be like a once a month type of cadence, just as an additional thing, just so that y'all are aware. So all of that is in the work. I do want to say thank you to everyone who did reach out to me after I posted my last video. So the last video I posted was about me being on academic probation. And at the time that I filmed that, I really didn't know anyone else who had been put on academic probation. And after I posted it, I actually had quite a few people reach out to me and tell me that they had also been put on academic probation during grad school, and for different reasons, and I had absolutely no idea. So just to give you more, I guess, confidence that you can come back from making mistakes in grad school, even when they feel like they're super, super dire. Academic probation is not a death sentence. So I just wanted to thank those people who reached out to me. That like meant so much and just opened my eyes on it's way more common than I even thought. And if if that's something you want to check out or haven't watched, then you could go ahead and watch that after this one, just to see also the lowest of the low to now finally being done and graduated and having been an adjunct. That's a crazy trajectory to me. So that's the life update. That's what's going on. Thank you for checking in and caring about what's going on in my life. Really appreciate it. And until next time, happy physicsing. This is where Howitzer goes after our walks. Don't mind all the dog hair he's going through. A shedding phase with this heat. All right, you gonna say bye to the physics kiddos? Say bye to the physics fam. We'll see you next time. He's over it.